It's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And if you are a proud Nexus 5 owner, then you may or may not know that a update has just been released for your beloved cell phone. It updates your Android 4.4 KitKat from 4.4 to 4.4.1. And for the changelog, we can just put aside a bunch of the different updates because the most important one is what we're covering right now, and that is the camera. Seeing as though I have a couple of Nexus 5s right here, one of them is updated to 4.4.1 and one of them is not. Can you guess which one? Was that too much? Okay, fine, the black one's updated. And of course, as you can see there, 4.4.1 on the left on the black version and 4.4, the original, on the white version. And let me tell you right now, there is an improvement. But don't take my word for it. Why don't you go ahead and just see for yourself. This is a bench that is situated right outside of my house, and in this particular picture you can see it actually doesn't look too bad, but I will tell you that the actual scene, the actual bench itself, has a little bit more richness to the color of the brown in the wood. So you see that picture and then boom, here is the difference with the updated camera. As you can see there already, the richness in that brown wood that I was talking about earlier is actually there. It's a difference that you can plainly see even to the naked eye. It's not that hard to find. For my Filipinos out there, here is a quick picture of a calamansi plant. And you can see here how even the greens in the background have a much better tone to them, but the actual pieces of calamansi are given a much more vivid orange tone, rather than the washed out colors that were from the original camera. All in all, the pictures just look a lot more pleasing. That's really what we're going for here. So here is the white Nexus 5 that is sporting the original Android 4.4 ROM. All right, so let's get ourselves focused here, and then focus again. So if I'm going to focus in on the left fella, you'll see that the focus point takes a little bit of time to, and in that case, it didn't even get there. It takes a little bit of time to actually get there, and when I actually take the photo, it has to take the picture, focus again, focus yet again when I hit the shutter, and it just has to keep focusing every single time, and with the delay that's already there, that really causes a bit of a problem. Enter the black edition of the Nexus 5. Here we go, the camera should already be loaded up. And here is what focusing looks like here. You can already see that reticule in the middle, the HUD, if you will, is showing up very quickly, disappearing right away. It is keeping the focus about as well as it should be right there. If I focus on the left one, not only does it achieve the focus more often, but it does so in much better time, in almost half, if not even less, the time of the original 4.4 build. Snap doesn't even take any time to focus because it already has the focus from the previous shot, so it doesn't have to really search for it. That's the point. It's pretty easy to see the improvements from left to right. What was once a little bit washed out and lacking a little bit of detail on the left has been given those improvements on the right. And that could also be because the camera does a better job of processing not only its white balance but also its exposure, allowing the camera to not just get messed up due to the strong light coming from the window and then just going for the slightly higher exposure, causing a more washed out picture. And then you look on the right, especially in these crops, and because of that better processing, there's more detail in jolly old St. Nick's face, and then you also have a much better color reproduction, providing for a better picture overall. In terms of functionality, there is one missing feature on the HDR Plus from the original camera. As you can see, HDR Plus is there, but I am unable to pinch to zoom, or even zoom pretty much at all here. Whereas with HDR Plus on, in the updated camera, pinch to zoom is perfectly doable. And to round out this quick look at the camera update found in Android 4.4.1, we have a couple pictures of my Android buddy, Dr. Oid. Now on the right side, the fabric on this Android plushie, the green, is definitely much more vivid, has much more richness to it, as compared to the duller reproduction found on the left side. Here we have Dr. Oid, and the only light that is coming through here is from my monitor. Everything else is turned off. And on the original camera, you can see it's incredibly fuzzy, but on the updated camera, while this is still not a picture that I would necessarily use, there is still a lot more detail despite there being a low light situation. And also, yes, the focusing was a lot better on the updated camera, as it was able to actually focus on the scene, whereas I had to try over and over again on the original camera until it finally got the focus right. If you want to see the high resolution examples of these pictures as well as the split comparisons between the two so you can see the improvement from one over the other, then you can look at the link that will be down in the description once we have the written companion ready for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and also in the comments below, sound off on your opinion of this camera update and on Android 4.4.1 in general. Let us know if you think this update was everything you were hoping for, or if you wanted a little bit more from it. Just sound off in the comments. Drop us likes on our videos, and like I said, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You can follow all of us on social media. We're pretty much everywhere, and if you want to follow me, you can find my handles right below that subscribe button. On Google+, I'm of course Joshua Vergara, and on Twitter and Instagram, I am Josh Salutes. Keep it tuned to Android Authority, because we are your source for all things Android.